Hi, students. So we are going to do another game together. This is from Prep Test 92. It's section 2. It's the second game. And as you see me looking down, just know that I'm reading. I cannot put this game on the screen. So hopefully you have Prep Plus open in another window. So let's look at this game. As I read through it, I can see that this is definitely a grouping game and that the groups are going to be the apartments. Now the apartments have number names to them. Sorry. There we go. When I have groups, have like they're named 1, 2, or 3 or something like that, I always write out the word because these aren't numerals. They're not numbers. There's no order to them. The groups are given numbers that are, as we say in statistics, a nominal. They are named. So 1 is a name, 2 is a name, 3 is a name. These aren't actual numbers that go in order. So I'll actually write them out. I just like to am I recording? Yes. It's been a long day. I just like to write them out. So it kind of keeps me focused on the fact that I am doing a grouping game. I'm not doing an ordering game. And I also have a roster of 5 people. And their names are F, G, H, J, and K. Now for the rules. So the first rule says that we can have like maximum 1 apartment be empty. I don't really have like a good shorthand to write that, so I'll just write max 1 empty. Ooh, I totally forgot something, and I'm not going to start this video again. We also had an additional piece of information that was in the passage, wasn't it? Yes, it was. So 3 of these people own pets. So this is going to be some kind of a stacked game. It's going to be a stacked grouping game because we have 2 variable sets to assign. We have 1, the actual individuals, and then we have this issue, this separate issue. Do they own a pet or not? And I'm just going to symbolize that like pet, 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 and then 2 of them don't. I'm going to write N and N like no pet, but if you wanted to, you could do this. Up to you. Whatever is your diagram. Okay, so now we're ready to read the rules. We have 5 people and then 5 pet or not things. Okay. Okay, so this is the next rule. People who have pets and people who don't have pets cannot mix. They can never be together. They will not be housed together. It makes sense. The next rule says that F and G aren't going to live together. Then the next rule is about the size of group 1, which is no more than 2 people over there. So max 2. And our next rule, okay, I like this one. H is a pet owner, so that's some good information. And she lives with at least 1 other person. So this is interesting because there's only 2 other pet owners. So I guess she lives with either one of the other pet owners or both of the other pet owners, but she's not alone, I guess is what we're trying to say. And the last rule is about J. It says that J lives over here in 3 and she owns no pets. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to see if I can make inferences because especially on, I always like to stop and see if I can make inferences, but especially on stat games, they're usually super powerful. And I do believe that I have a good inference to make here. H has a pet. So H cannot be over there in 3. H could be in either 1 or 2. I'm going to go ahead and split my board because I think that'll be good for this one. We only have 3 groups. We only have 5 variables. I could probably figure out all the possibilities if I wanted to, but it would take a little while. So on my left side, I'm going to say, what if H lived over here on 1 and with her pet? Well, in that case, she would have to have at least 1 other person with her. And not only that, but because of this rule right here, she could have exactly 1 other person. This group is now closed. That's when I box off a group, that means like nothing else can go here. We're done. So H is going to be over there with her pet and 1 other person with their pet. That's it. Now looking at my right side, I'm going to make a second option. Instead of putting H on one, I'm going to put H on two. So H is over here with her pet. There's also somebody else with their pet. And there could be the third pet person in there with H and the other person. Could be. Don't know. From there, is there another inference that can be made? If I wind up like missing an inference and then coming up on it accidentally in the game, it really annoys me. I know that F and G can't be together. Well, looking back on my left side, I can see something else. We have one more pet owner and one more non-pet owner to assign, and they can't be together. So there is no way that I could put the last non-pet owner here, because where would I put the pet owner, the last pet owner? I can't do that. So I know for sure I'm going to have to put the other non-pet owner over here with J, and that for sure one pet owner will be by themselves in the middle. That is another inference I can make before I even look at the questions. So we have that. Anything else? If I stumble on it while I'm doing the game, it will bother me. F and G can't be together. All I know is that over here, I'm just going to put like an asterisk F, G, and K. Because from what I can see of the left side, it's pretty much done. I just have to put F, G, or K in any of those. And the fact that F and G can't be together won't even be important, because how could they be? Okay, so looking back at my right side now, this is interesting because from what I'm seeing, the other non-pet owner, we have one more non-pet owner and one more pet owner to assign. And I think there's a lot of different options for this. Like we could have the non-pet owner over here and the pet owner over here. We could also have the non-pet owner on 3. We could have the pet owner by itself over here. We could also put the non-pet owner over here and put this third guy right here. There's a lot of different things. I don't think it would be worth my time to try to like split my board again into more. So I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to leave it as it is. Basically, what I know about my right side is I still have to assign F, G, and K, the same as my left side. Okay. Let's go to the questions. Where are they? Okay, so the first one is just like an apply the rules, like just take a rule and run it through the answer choices until something gets violated, until the rule gets violated, and then you can get rid of that possibility. So let's see, the first rule, no more than one apartment can be empty. So that's fine. None of these answer choices violate that. So that does nothing. Then we also know that, what else? We can't have a pet owner and a non-pet owner together. And as of right now, all we know is that like the only people who we know who do or don't own a pet would be J doesn't and H does. So basically H cannot be with J. That can't be possible. For that reason, I would get rid of E, because E violates that rule. E puts H, who is a pet owner, over there with J, who isn't. And what about, let's see, what about a next rule? F and G cannot be together. So the A obeys that rule, we're fine. And B violates that rule. So B is out. Our next rule says, this is the maximum 2 people in the first apartment rule. And that is violated by answer choice A. That puts 3 people in there. That's not allowed. Our next rule is that H lives with at least one other buddy, has somebody. H is not alone, basically. So that is actually violated by D. D has H by herself. So that can't be correct. So I've gotten rid of the 4 wrong ones, and so I can bubble this in. See, that's not neat. This is how I took my LSAT. You don't want the machine to score it wrong. Okay. Let's look at the second one. Okay, it gives us a must be true degree of certainty, like it's a must be true question, but it also gives us a local condition. Yay. It's basically saying we have a non-pet owner over there in the first apartment. That's our local condition. So we know that we're not going to be dealing with the left side at all, because the left side over here, we have 2 pet owners there. That's not it. So we're going to have to deal with the right side. We're putting a non-pet owner right there. And I know that that means I'm only going to be able to put one person. We only have one more non-pet owner left. I'm going to have to put the other pet owner over there in the middle. And there's different ways to assign them, but I don't even have to continue to assign them because I can see the answer just based on what I figured out right now, which is that there's going to be 3 people smushed together in the second apartment. That is the correct answer. That's what must be true. Sorry, my wonderful dog is being really good. So I keep looking at her. And so that is D. What about number 10? Well, I like this one, local condition. So this is saying if F is all by her lonesome in the second apartment. So I know I'm not going to use my right side to figure that out because my right side has 2 people in there. I'm going to have to use this side. So when that happens, what else do I have to assign? I really just have to assign G and K. So F is by herself in 2. And G and K would just go in the other 2 spots. And I don't see why either one cannot be in either of these. So this is my possibility that I'm using. It's actually 2 possibilities because we have the GK things, which is around, that I'm going to use to answer this question. Number 10. So the correct answer is E. We could have G and J over there by themselves in 3. Also could have been K and J, but it could be G and J. I just erased something. I don't want to do that. E. What about number 11? Okay, so it says could be true except. Could be true except is the same thing as saying can't be true, must be false. Anything that could be true is wrong. So if we see an example of this thing happening, it goes. And it gives us this local condition that G and H are together. So I'm trying to figure out how to make that happen. I think that can happen on either side. Am I wrong? Am I? Let's start with the left side. Let's put G and H together. In that case, all I would have left to assign would be F and K. So they could either one of them go in either spot here. And I'm going to do my right side if I have to. I'm going to see if I can maybe not have to do so much work. Let me see if maybe I have the answer yet already. Things that we could eliminate, or things that we could, anything that could be true, we could eliminate. So B is something that could be true, so we can get rid of it. We could have F and J together. See? We could also C could be true. Exact same reason. What about D? I don't know if that could be true or not. And I don't know about E either. So I'm going to figure this out for my right side, but I did get rid of B and C already. So I made progress. So if G is with H, and notice it doesn't say that they have to be like alone together, they're just together. So now as I look at my right side, what I'm thinking is, well, where's everyone else going to go? Well, F can't be with G. So F would either be in 1 or 3. Let's do both of those. Let's put F right here in the top option, and we'll put F right here in the bottom option. So in the bottom option, it would definitely have to be non. And then the last thing to be assigned would be K. K would have to be a pet owner. And it could go really in either 1 or 2. I'm gonna put an asterisk to let me know that it's like basically free. I could put K, the pet owner, over there smushed into apartment 2 with the other 2 people, or I could put her all by herself in apartment 1. Either one is fine. And what about up top? Well, this is going to lead to more options because F doesn't have to be a pet owner or a non-pet owner. Really, F could be either in this one. Let's say F was a non-pet owner or a pet owner. So in the top option here where F isn't a pet owner, then that's what I meant. F is a non-pet owner. I'm starting to say this too much. In that case, K would be in the middle as a pet owner. And what about what about this option here? If F is a pet owner, in that case, K is going to be a non-pet owner over there with J. That makes sense. Yes. This makes sense. So we've got basically, I think, like 4 more options. Did I have to diagram all these? I don't know. But let's look at our remaining answers and see what could be true. Or what could be true is going to be what gets eliminated, is what I'm trying to say. E says K is all by herself. That is something that could be true. So E we can get rid of, because you can see right here, K could live in apartment 1 all by herself. So we're going to get rid of E. What about D? Could J live by herself? Sure. See, J could live by herself. So for that reason, the correct answer is A. A is the one that can't be true. There's no way that we can arrange for F and K to live together. That's true. We can't. That's not going to happen. Okay, so let's look at number 12. I'm going to pause my sharing and clean this up for my recording. Okay, let's look at number 12. So this gives us a local condition 2, which would look like that. And then it says what could be true. So I'm going to look at my left side first. In order to make this happen on my left side, I would have to put this right here, which means these other 2 would go right here. And I can actually get my answer already just off that without filling out the right side. I can see that it is possible for F to live in the second apartment, and that is answer A. The last one. Ooh. So this is saying who couldn't be in 1. Is that it? Yeah, it's a cannot. Okay, so I'm going to actually try to eliminate the people who could be together in 1. I didn't preserve my work, which you should do. You should do that, but I have to work with like a screen here and things can get really ugly. So who could be in 1? Let's look at A. Would it be possible for that to happen and she'd have to be all by herself? Sure, I don't see why not. You could do it like that. Right, that makes sense. That doesn't violate any rules. am I staring at? Right, so A is something that it could be, that could be the people who are in one. So I'm gonna get rid of A, it's not A. What about, could she be over here by herself? I don't see why not, again. What if we did it like that? Does that work? F, G, H, K, J, sure, absolutely. So that's a possibility too. It's not, can't be true, it could be true. So let's get rid of B. What about C? Ooh. Could F and H be over there? Well, not on this side, no, because H is in the middle. Could F be right here? I don't see why not. Then we could do like, so that works. H and F could be over there in one together. So C is not correct. What about D? Ooh, could we do like G and H? How about that? Sure, and then we would do, and that works. That's a possibility. So I really hope that E is the one that can't be true. Otherwise, I'll have to film this again. See here. Would it be possible for G and K to be over there by themselves? Well, on my left side, no, because my left side already has H there. So I'm gonna have to use my right side. Would this be possible? And I guess they would, no, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. You know why? Because I was about to say, would they be pet owners or non-pet owners? Do they have to match? Well, they can't be non-pet owners because that would mean we have 3 non-pet owners and we don't. And they also can't be pet owners because you know what? That would mean that we would have 4 pet owners and we don't. So that is why E is the correct answer. Awesome. Awesome. I hope this has been helpful for everybody who's watched it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I absolutely love teaching the LSAT. My contact information is there. If you want me to tutor you, I will. But also if you just want to join my list where I will keep you updated with emails, upcoming events, sales, things like that. Thank you so much for watching this again. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.